Meister boys, the Wyndham Wayne, big man Wayne.
Let's take a look. He would be Wayne on this roster. I feel like he'd be Cray.
I feel like for me, my Wayne...
If these guys were characters, I feel like Cray would be the Penguin Man.
The Penguin Man? What does that even mean? What is the Penguin Man?
The Penguin.
Do you mean from Batman?
Yes.
The Penguin.
Penguin.
Why is he the Penguin?
It's the nose, mate.
No, dude, Fry would be Penguin. He's like the ringleader that runs it all. He's quiet but deadly. On the inside, he's just biding his time, plotting everything, waiting.
Huh. Well,
Cray's more of the Joker.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, yeah, maybe. Well, enough rambling. And finally, we're back into the Counter-Strike here. Wind and Rain going to be starting on the T side of Cobblestone. Radix Esports now. Okay.
Underscore esports.
Underscore esports.
Other brands are available.
Of course. But aggression towards Electric already is a symbol of the beast. But it will come through, but a good smoke. But unfortunately, you can't smoke both Connector and Electric.
Well, the Joker's come in, and he started off with some big mischief into this one as he gets the first frag. Dances as well, dealing damage as he pistol whips two men with his Glocks. Starts to show a bit of the Brooklyn Rampage into this one, trying to continue some more as well. Astro comes through the headshot back down on Daicha. And it's just K-Piz left.
Daicha's here tonight. Okay. It's getting quite interesting here, Jack. There's no angry. There's no angry.
No angry.
There's no angry, no.
There is Daicha.
There is Daicha. Known infamously for reasons probably shouldn't go into. But we'll see if he's got some good aim. 2 versus 1. No defuse kit here so far into the inventory from K-Piz. Got to isolate both these players as well into the duel as Dances can go for the peak. As soon as Dances gets contact, Astro can face. And the round should be theirs.
Astro finds the headshot. As you would expect, him and Dances grab 2 frags each into the round. So Wind and Rain do actually kick it off with a bang. They get the first round going to go their way. It's a good start as well as the pistols should now be a knock-on effect. They can get the AKs out. They got the MAC-10s as well. Probably once again just go for that hit towards drop down, take the site towards B. Very rinse and repeat style of CS. The bomb actually going to be making its play towards mid though, as they want to use the range advantage they do have with their rifles.
Nice. 3 MAC-10s as well from Wind and Rain. Grouping up now towards middle. Just going to be Bodenmeister alone towards the A site. Bodenmaster, apologies. If you remember the after party, Jackie got extremely angry at me for saying Meister instead of Master.
Ferocious.
He got quite physical, didn't he? He grabbed me, pulled me aside, and went, "It's Master, not Meister." I was like, okay, mate, Jesus. Call your Master then. Bodenmaster alone towards the A site. Has the backup now of K-Piz. We'll spot out one player towards it alone. That's going to be Cray, but hasn't got the bomb in his sights just yet. So, Radix Esports still not having all the information they need to work out where exactly Wind and Rain are eventually going to conclude into this round.
K-Piz with the opening frag as he's able to pop Dancy's tin clean off. Tries to do some more as well. Bowden going to peek out, takes down Link, so it is only 3 remaining players now for Wind and Rain. So they regroup round, they're going to go for this play in towards the B site. Astro had to be the element of surprise. He was the catalyst that needs to open this one up and actually give them the momentum into it. But it just falls down to 2 remaining members. This is awkward as well, as Hype's location can be so powerful. Just Clay's throw on Brosen Wall. He's able to find the frag for the 5-7 there as he spams towards them both. And they actually do equalize the round, so Radix reset them off the back of the pistol round win. It's not a good start for Wind and Rain, as they actually do get reset.
They do indeed. Radix looking good here. As the pause comes through, Jack. This is battle of the pauses at this point. Pause after delay after delay. Oh, the lights are on, Jack. This might be a serious issue.
Yep. Could be.
Could be. We don't know, but it could be.
I love the way with you, you'll just decide and just be like, this could be an outrageous issue when we have no information. It's just like, all right, then, yeah, I guess.
You hope for the best, but you prepare for the worst, right? So I prepared the audience at home for the worst, and that being an severe delay.
Severe delay.
Severe delays. Shout out to Veracity. Severe delays. And, you know, that's an inside joke. That wasn't a fling. And, you know, it could just be a 2 minutes.
He just comes on the show, he kicks off at people, he flames admins.
No, do you not remember?
Starts mentioning severe delays.
Shut up, you remember that.
So what you're about, mate.
What do you mean? Do you not remember when I casted the Epic Land and it was, you're causing us severe delays?
Yeah, I know, I remember.
Are you going to cast?
Are you going to cast or are you going to play Snods?
Yeah, and you paid for my ticket.
Yeah, I know. Pay me back.
Mate. I've spent A fair bit of change on those drinks. And doorstep desserts as well.
That's true. We are hungry boys at night.
We are hungry boys at night, yeah.
Well, as not said, there is an issue.
But we'll wait and see.
For what?
I don't know. I mean, what do you reckon the issue is? Let's play a game.
I know what the issue is. We're restarting the server, Snots.
Yeah, but you have the advantage of the producer.
Well, yeah, but that's the point.
All right, so you make the calls then.
I would. Are you happy now?
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Sam.
Classic.
He's not happy with that one, is he?
It's all gone wrong.
Don't worry, I'll buy some more refrigerators, mate. Don't worry.
Other brands of snack are available.
Are available, especially for gaming, and obviously for gaming from Curry's PC World.
Why'd you have to do the look? You forget every time.
You can definitely read that from here. Gaming from Curry's PC World. You can definitely read that.
We're back in the game. It's sorted. So let's continue on. The server's back up as we live what is this fever dream from Snods' imagination of a broadcast.
Potentially. Bowden Master onto the Deagle. Has a Mac 10 as well, but going to be shooting and rattling off the shots through the smoke, and now going to be swarmed as well if they come down through Matrix, but it will be the over-rotation coming out from Radix. 2 players here towards APC. They've got the backup as well of Bowden Master towards middle. As we already see a 5 versus 3 in the force play coming out from Wind and Rain being futile.
Yeah, not gone well, obviously, for Wind and Rain into this round as well. It's just going to be the same knock-on effect, rinse and repeat. Fry actually does get one frag. Bowden extends out towards mid as well and gets detected. Fry was trying to go in for the backstab there. It doesn't come through. It's 3 frags for Bowden. As we do quickly move on off the back of that one. So, still low economy for Wind and Rain, which means another round of saving before another round of fragging.
You'd hope so anyway. You would definitely hope so. 2-1 here. Radix going to be claiming their second round. And if you remember as well, Jack, they had the 16-14 loss to Vexed on Cobblestone. You actually cast that, Vezio, the game on Mirage versus NSG. Seems like ever since then, teams are banning Mirage versus Radix. But obviously that was back when they had Artis and Neff on the roster, and now they're playing in Gamers. As they are complete gamers.
Gamers from Curry's PC World.
Of course.
As this push comes round, Frag's starting to come through. Cape is there with the MP9 unload. Stops the push as he takes down Cray. Fry will trade it back onto Bowden. Shotgun comes out for Jack as well, as it's a bit of an unorthodox combination of weapons here to hold towards side, but it's working out well as they are able to at least slow the aggression. Hype comes round the back. Wants to try and line this one up on towards Lynx, who is the last remaining member, as they're just going to swarm towards him. Flashbang for Jack to blind him.
I like the thought is that what counts there, right?
Oh, electrifying round. That was a bit of a shocker.
Nice. You got those ones stored, haven't you? So, round number 5 then, 3-1. And as you said, that was the saving in the last round, and now there should be the fragging in this one. And for Wind and Rain, how is their play style going to look? Is it going to be a default style? Is it going to be A-long control? Is it going to be heavy B-plat control? Is it drop control? The anticipation is killing me, Jack. It really is. It's killing me inside. And I can't wait to see how they structure their T-side.
Bowden here with a peek up. Finds the first frags, takes down Astro with the initial face from the AWP. Now for Wind and Rain as well. That bomb is still lurking towards mid, but the rest of them are grouped up heavy here towards Broken, ready to just burst their way through the smoke when the time is right. Fry will be the entry man, trying to lead by example, but Dances actually does the damage as he gets the first kill on Daicha. Hype will respond through as well, hammers down the trigger and kills Fry. So at least it's a 3 versus 4. The bomb finally regrouping up as well. Hype trying to play a low game there, trying to go over the flashbang so we didn't get blinded, but instead just walks into Dances. They will get traded both out, so it's only 2 Ts that are left alive. Can these troublesome terrorists actually achieve too much? A minute left on the clock as they'll slowly just scuff their way out, dragging their heels as they rotate.
Ha! I like that. Dragon their heels, because they're by Dragon Law. Nice one, mate. I got you. 2 versus 3. 1 player advantage here for Radix Esports. 45 seconds left and up close and personal as Jack with the Mag 7. Finds the first tag onto Craig. Gets the second as well, but unable to actually deal enough damage to find the killing blow, but eventually will connect the bullets. And from behind, Cape is going to be annihilating Cray. 4-1 here. Radix Esports on their CT side looking good. And actually it was the T side versus Vex that was really strong as well on Cobblestone. So, while Wind and Rain has the success in MDL maybe fogged your vision of this matchup versus Radix, are you going into this one with too much confidence, expecting a easy enough win? let's see, obviously, for Radix Esports, losing 2 of their players, you know, having Daichi step in instead of Angry, you know, it's a mix galore.
Honestly, for me, I think Windham Rain are a team that are always going to do better internationally than they will ever do domestically. Yeah. I think against other UK players, there's probably chances where upset rounds are going to go their way, and best of ones as well. They're not a team that I think are going to be able to find those sort of wins. They are definitely a team that will win in your best of 3s, and they'll win internationally.
What do you reckon on LAN? How do you reckon that would go if they do make it to the finals?
I think, yeah, they shouldn't be too bad on LAN. Like, there's no reason why they shouldn't anymore. All of these players have got their LAN nerves out of the way years ago now. They've done enough of it. Even for the younger players like Astro and Link, they've still been put into enough situations where they've been exposed to that environment that by now it shouldn't bother them. And they should all feel pretty comfortable as well as a 5, because it seems like it's a group of people that actually share a very similar ideology in the way they work. So I think this lineup, in terms of them actually being stable because they have more friends, they should be fine. It's
true. It is true. I mean, Wind and Rain, they went to LAN. They had Luzza step in for, gosh, I think it was Cray, obviously, because Cray played with Bulldog. So they had Luzza step in, and they finished 3rd. They lost versus Bulldog, Cray. They also lost as well versus the Fish 123 mix with Smooya and Mole and Sliggy and whatnot. So as you said, you know, I believe you. This is a team that may be worse versus UK teams, as opposed to how they perform versus internationally. But how they favour versus Radix. 5 versus 1 here as Radix have been looking rather sharp after resetting their money. Bowden Master finds the first frag towards Heilong again. So middle, we found the first kill in the last buy round. Now it's towards Heilong, or one of the earlier buy rounds. Now it's towards Heilong into this one. The AWP being extremely effective, you know, you flash these angles, you smoke the end of long, you flash before you peek instead. Wind and Rain with the aggression. Go for the wide faces. And speaking of aggression, Astro definitely overstepping there towards drop. Will give away the second frag as well for Wind and Rain. So 2-player advantage now for Radix going forward. They have the AWP station towards Heilong. And Dyne should just wallbang Dances, but I guess karma does exist.
Very interesting. He's actually gone for the AUG buy as well. Loves an AUG.
Yeah.
Bowden boosted up towards the back of the site here over at A as this push comes through. He's just going to be trying to hide it out. Jack as well on the close peek. Actually does extend through, and Fry, he's given an opportunity. And he's not the kind of man that ever messes about when you do put him into that situation. So he succeeds, finds the kill. Bowden scoped in heavy here as he invests into it. Does get the frag though.
Oh, and the second as well, look at that. 3 players survive from Radix. 6-1 now. This is the 5-round deficit now for Wind and Rain, as will be the pause being called. And this is the you know, effect of having Neil Zinho. This is a team that is going to make those good pauses. They're not going to be, you know, 8-1 down, 9-1 down, then go for a tactical pause. They're not going to be, you know, 14-10 down, or sorry, 14-6 down, and then go for these pauses. You know, this is a team that is going to have well-timed pauses, calculated rounds, thought-out processes in their defaults and how they play Counter-Strike. And the pause should merit them quite a lot of you know, success and leverage going into the remainder of this first half. But yeah, I mean, we both predicted Wind and Rain to win this one. Seeing as Cobblestone, maybe a 16-12 is realistic for Wind and Rain to win, obviously. But Radix, you know, they showed versus Vex, they can go toe-to-toe in terms of skill.
Yeah, Radix actually looking pretty effective. Obviously, it's hard to judge how Radix will perform overall now they have actually lost Neff and Ardis, who were actually, surprisingly enough, especially for Ardis as well, someone that was relatively unknown to get to the point where he did so quickly, was a good level of growth for him. So I feel like that does definitely hurt the team a little bit, losing him.
Oh, definitely. I mean, in terms of firepower, he is sick.
Yeah. He was a really good player that sort of just spawned out of nowhere and was impressive from the get-go when we sort of saw him and Lowell show up in that first time.
Daichi through the smoke. Does about 150 points of damage there. Will be flashed off the angle. Still shooting people through the smoke when he was blind, but would eventually be taken down here. Frado chimes in as well. 4 versus 3 now as they have the play advantage, but how much longer do they have it? KPZ equalizes the numbers, goes for a second as well, but cannot manage that much.
Well, he's done loads of damage though, Snods. That's the main factor. Everyone's now quite squishy. So as the push comes back through, should be relatively easy for Radix to actually get some success. Jack, he's going to be the frontline infantry. He has to do the brute force of the damage as well, as Bowden only has an AWP. It won't be as effective against these players just going to be sitting in their defensive angles that are low HP already. That's where the M4 is going to be so great. But Cray as well wants to go for his classic outrageous level of plays as he's behind them. Going to try and go for the backstab, gets the kill on Jack. Should deny the AWP as well on Bowden. So rather than saving 2 weapons, they reinvest into it, they risk for it. But they just looked a bit stale, a bit stagnant on the push. So Wind and Rain actually somehow are able to find success there off the back of the pause. It works out well. Reinvestment comes back into it now. You've got the AWP over on Dances, 4 rifles, tons of utility. You're in a prime time position. You've just won that prior round. Now keep it going. Try and dent Radix here.
Ooh, double AWP setup, and I like this coming out from Radix. Obviously, from Wind and Rain, they haven't really been showing the best utility usage. Towards A-Long, they haven't been flashing the angles. Towards B platform as well, they smoke off Olaf, or smoke off the broken wall, but Deitch is still able to find the frags with the AUG through the smoke or peering through it. Or to the right of it, apologies. But Molotov comes out towards middle, but Master eventually able to get away scot-free, and Deitch with the second AWP here versus Wind and Rain stationed towards B platform. So I want to see good utility usage, as we're seeing now. And this might be the adjustment here coming out from Wind and Rain. Obviously, we saw weak uses of the flashbangs meant that the first frags are always found from the AWPs. Great flashbang, so well played there from Wind and Rain. They didn't panic in that scenario, and Fry gets away, not only with his life, but also the entry frag.
That was actually very nice. Normally, a lot of those situations, you see teams around this level where they will actually mess that up. They'll overreact, they'll panic from fear because of the play and go down. That was actually smart. Dances as well. He's got the weapon that he is very effective with. We know he can be a sniper with a hell of a scope. Bounces around, opens up angles, gets the first frag into this one as well, as we now only have 3 members remaining. And now, of that double AWP setup, Hype has had to grab the weapon, but he comes in strong with it, actually finds success, does more damage than either of the 2 AWPers into this round combined.
Oh my.
But eventually goes down. Link will chop his head off as he comes in with the entry. Link as well. Further damage being done off the back of the Master Sword, and it's only Capers alive on the CT side.
1 versus 3, has the defuse kit, but now he's been spotted out towards platform. There's no way in hell he wins this round. He may as well just save the AWP in this scenario unless they give away the frags. Molotov to delay, 2 flashbangs as well for Link so they can flash peek again. In this scenario, definitely going to be best just to save the AWP and carry that forward into round number 10. Can we maybe play for exit frags? The money most likely going to be fairly low for Wind and Rain. Instead though, smart call from Wind and Rain. It's not worth going for that risk. You can see for their money, only 2 players actually have, you know, a substantial amount of cash. Save this going into the next round. Hype as well, 13-4. You know, it was Angry and Hype, I was going to say yesterday, it feels like yesterday, on Monday, on Cobble versus Vex, that really did perform for Radix. And it seems like we're getting a repeat of that performance. Link as well, known for how strong his first kill accuracy is. And in that clip there, you saw why. But 6-3 now into round number 10. AWP for Bowden Master, which was saved by Capers. 4 M4s, 4 rifles, obviously 2 sets of, or 3 even sets of defuse kits, Molotovs. A good buy from Radix. So this is the round now where they can try and reset the round loss bonus here for Wind and Rain and come back into this one swinging.
So they group themselves up. Looks like it is actually going to be a mass investment now towards this B site, try and cause a massacre. They want to burst in, take down anyone that dares to defy them. Hype playing up close and personal as per usual. He's been so effective at playing close towards Broken Wall. He's been able to break them around multiple times, but here comes the smokes. The mass wall of smokes to block off all the lines of sight. Hype still trying to find these frags though, and does just that. Gets success as he annihilates Link there. Flash pushes through, trying to get the drop on them, spots out the head of Fry, and he's just trying to adjust as they bound down, connects the headshot on Cray. Fry strikes against Capers, but Hype, he's hot on their tails, getting the spray as well. Luckily Jack can support him, switches out to the AWP as he plays a bit of gun game now, and it's only Astro left. The angle is being watched by Hype. Astro might get the first frag. But what more can he actually achieve? This is going to be a hot round from this point onwards. Peeks out Deitcher with the M4. Will be able to achieve a nice tap. Takes him down. 7 rounds now for Radix. Actually really starting to barrel out of control here on their CT side.
Jesus, Hype. I mean, he goes away for 6 months after the kick from Playing Ducks. And comes back with a vengeance, it seems. Obviously, the best way to counter the B rush coming out from Wind and Rain is have that player playing close towards Speedway. Smoke underneath the broken wall, and as the players jump out, they jump into your smoke. They have no idea what's going on. They're very easy to spray down and to annihilate. And you saw exactly why. Good 3K there from Hype as he denied the aggression and the B rush from Wind and Rain. And Bodenmeister peeks in towards middle spots. No one. This could be really bad for Radix if they don't anticipate play towards A-Long. But thankfully, I believe they hear the steps towards Matrix, so they're anticipating Wind and Rain's location. Minute 25 left on the clock. Aggression towards the B-bomb side, in towards outside drop now from Hype. They have all the info they need, Jack. This is a must-win round now for Wind and Rain. They're going to have their money reset if they lose this one. And this could all spiral out of control in favor of Radix.
Hype He's setting up the backstab play, but it depends on the timing and whether enough this linchpin will actually arrive in time to deal the damage that's necessary. Bowden and Jack actually stumped the push. Hype is allowed to line up his crosshair and show off that trigger discipline into the round, as he will get a critical frag there on Fry, but the damage has been done by the site defense. Nearly a team ace if Daichi would have found a frag, as Radix looking good to defend towards A. Wyndham Rain pretty broke in terms of economy, but at this point you wonder morale.
Yeah, the mental fortitude. But then again, you know, you said earlier about the team being friends. So if there's a team that can take and handle these losses, I think Wyndham Rain would be a good one. You've got a very stable head of the team being Nilzinho. You know, was he known as the most intelligent in-game leader of all time? No, he wasn't, but he's someone that's very calm and collected, right? And that's what you want when you're playing with these newly, you know, atoned two Counter-Strike players. You know, players like Link, players like Astro. You want these players under someone who's calm and collected, not someone who's very volatile and going to be raging them if they make mistakes. You know, you want someone where or an environment where they're going to be comfortable. But speaking of comfortable, extremely comfortable round here coming up from Radix. Obviously, they are versus the Eco. No Kevlar to aid them in this scenario, which means it will go 9-3, and Wind and Rain they need some wins to back up their sails if they want any chance of going back into this one.
Yeah, the adaptation needs to be coming in soon now for Wind and Rain.
Yeah, you could argue for a second pause here. This is such an important game. If they lose this round, double digits for Radix, and at best they can fight for a 10-5 half. And this is their T-side, remember, as well. Imagine if Radix win the T-side pistol in the second half. The game could be as good as done.
What standings are Wind and Rain on right now?
They are currently 3-1, mate. They lost 16-14 on Inferno versus Vexed.
Okay, so it'll be a 3-2 scoreline if they actually do lose this.
And Radix will be on 3-2 as well.
Yeah, which is going to keep them pretty close. That's pretty interesting how that could actually shape up if we saw that victory come through, as right now it looks like that's the way it's going to be going for Radix, as their CT side does look flawless, but maybe there's still something to be desired here for Wind and Rain's T side, and their CT side is where the skill is actually at.
Boost towards drop. With the AWP as well from Board Master. Question is though, will it work for a second time? No, it won't. Astro learning from his defeat earlier. Molotov goes out. Surely you don't run through this one if you're Wind and Rain. Flashbang again, kind of out towards platform. So 3 players going to be stationed here towards the B side from Radix. Obviously a 4 versus 5. Link on the lurk. Cape is towards Matrix, and actually he's going to be forfeiting so much map control here. The timing is perfect for Link. Can walk up middle, come in from the rear, come in from the flank from behind, and annihilate all these players from connector in towards the B bomb site. And you can see Wind and Rain entrenched towards B platform as they wait patiently for the flank to come in from Link.
Yeah, all they've got to do is just bide their time. Link is going to be the catalyst that actually signals them the green light to go ahead with the round, as right now he gets behind them. They have no reason to look in, so he won't fire off any rounds just yet, but fires off the first 2, gets 2 very snappy frags there. He takes down Hype and Daicha. This gives site control over to Wind and Rain as the push comes through. Link, he's going to falter though. Couldn't take down Jack. Astro going to try and sub in to support him there and actually overpower Jack in close drop room now. Goes down a crate. Capers on the re-entry, but he actually peeks with his nades out to Dance. He's gifted a free frag, and AWP will be saved as well as Cray grabs that one. He can throw that over to Astro. Or Dance's. That is going to be another round going the way of Wind and Rain.
9-4, the flank comes in. And there you have it. From behind, 2 frags find the anchor players towards the B side. Obviously early on as well, Meister going for the boost towards drop for a second time into this matchup, and it didn't work second time running. Go for it again, I mean, okay. Third time lucky, they say, Jack.
Well, they do put Hype on the second AWP this time. Last time Hype had to steal it from Daicha's corpse and use it to actually nearly clutch out the round.
Wow. Slow default coming up from Wind and Rain. Obviously, they have 2 players towards A long, 1 holding towards drop, 2 towards platform as well. Obviously, the way the dynamic works towards B platform is you have your player playing close, that's Fry 1. You have the backup as well from Cray, and he has the flashbang. What's crucial is Fry is listening. He's waiting to see, okay, are they towards platform? Are they towards broken wall? Can I get flashed by Cray and go for a peek? Astro. Oh, is he walking up those steps? I think they're actually walking back towards the A side here. So Master, apologies, pushing in towards drop. And he's getting a lot of info here. Doesn't hear the steps though. Wind and Rain moved silently. Fry caught towards B platform. That might actually cause an over-rotation, but no. Jack's going towards the A site here, Jack. Oh, that's all right. But Molotov comes out and they run straight through it.
Ooh, they're going to fight through. Astro does actually go down, though. The shrapnel damage of the bullets hitting him made him soft enough that he would actually fall to the fire. Bowden as well catches Fry on the rotate, so they are going in towards the A site gamble now, but it's all out warfare. They opt to fight on the cross. Daicha comes through with a wall bang. The HE as well blows Cray out the server. It's just Dancy's remaining in a 1v4, and
Wow.
Daicha
Daicha,
the M4.
He kills one player through the wall and then dinks up the second as well through the wall. I say wall, through the wooden door. Fair enough. Whatever floats your boat. 10-4 then. 6-1 advantage now for Radix. Already claimed double digits as well into the half on the CT side of Cobblestone. It's looking good, Jack, and it doesn't bode well going forward into the second half for Wind and Rain as well, considering how strong the Monday's performance was on their T side from Radix versus Vexed. As we go into the final round of the first half here, Jack, 15th round. CZs for Crane Link, UMP there for Astro. Fry onto a Galil, the one sole AK for Dancy's, and in terms of utility, they can smoke out towards, you know, across the site or towards. Who really cares at this point as they do bow their way out through platform?
Oh, Hype as well is actually just being gifted.
Oh, he's
Frag
back.
is allowed to find him. Hype is back into this round as he gets 3 frags back to back. The Lithuanian lunatic coming through.
Well, there you have it, 11-4. Big advantage now for Radix going forward as we will be going to a half-time. Not break, as we're going to be here to soothe your ears and keep the flow going.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, 4-11. WaR are getting done in. Phone cam.
Oh my god, is that my phone?
He's ringing you.
One second, let me just quickly. Hello? Oh, it's Ian Harding. Hello? Oh my god, it's Immy. How you doing, Ian? How you doing, Ian?
This game, mate, disgrace, like, just, I don't know what they're doing. WaR and Rain. More like WaR and run away from the server because you're just not good enough. You're just not winning. You can win Mountain Dew League, but you can't win Prem. Like, what's going on? What's even the point of the team? Being beat by Radix. Don't get it, like.
You alright, mate?
Oh my, wow, Ian, I mean, what is it? What is it about WaR and Rain? You know, why are they struggling?
They don't have me, do they? I'm just the gift of Counter-Strike. I join the server, and I just win the rounds. I just know what to do. Without me, they're just going to lose. It's basic CS.
Gosh, wow, I mean, you know, good luck on NRG. Obviously, great performance from your team last night, 2-0 versus Splice. We all, you know, back home in the UK, wish the best for you, mate. Good luck, and we'll see you soon. Cheers. Well, back into this one, though, Jack. Yeah, what do you think of Imi's comments there?
Yeah, obviously, he knows what's up.
Yeah, 11-4, though. Wind and Rain in the 7-round deficit. Smoke comes out towards Connector. Flashbang as well out towards Broken Wall. But the real play, Jack, coming towards Drop.
Astro kicks it off with an astronomical opening frag as he finds the early headshot on Capers. Fry as well, dealing some damage as he wants to try stunt the push. Dancy's hits some of the Char slide as he will be able to connect one crisp kill back on Bowden. But Daicha comes through with the Glock as they sprint up towards the A site. Only Daicha remaining now. Goes toe-to-toe against Cray, tackles him as he still has his Glock in his hand. Hoping to see if he can burst anyone's day open. Oh, Fry fires back through the USP, snipes him down, and Wind and Rain actually get a much-needed, a dire pistol round there on the second half.
Yeah, basically do or die at that point. I mean, if Radix had won the pistol, we could have been seeing a 14-4 scoreline, for example. So, great to see they're in this one. Great to see, sorry, they're in this one still. It will be the force by coming up from Radix. Obviously, the confidence behind those plays. Hype on 22 frags already. Obviously, went away, played with his Lithuanian brethren, played on Playing Ducks, had that Premier experience. That team was actually fairly good as well, so he learned a lot, it seems. And now coming back from his break, he's firing on all cylinders. Obviously, what happens when you come back after break is you sometimes play better than you did when you left it. The reason being is obviously you go out of that autopilot mentality and you think about every duel, you break down every situation, you have the motivation again, you want to play all those hours every day. But let's see if he can carry on that performance because he soaked up all of those frags. It feels like no one else from Radix is really in the server in terms of how their performance was. But 2 players towards A long here from Radix, 3 towards B as well. Maybe an A split coming out on the cards. And it will be Fry with the FAMAS playing towards Window to stunt that split coming through potentially.
Link holding the angle here, waiting for the first face to come his way. As if they do want to duel him close to wood, he will show that he's a woodchuck that can chuck wood. But Fry finds the frags instead. Opens it up as he will get the initial kill off the back of the FAMAS. Takes down Bowden, ready for more. Astro as well, going to cut off the rotate. Actually, it'll be Fry as he flicks around with the FAMAS still going as well. Dancy's trying to give it, but Fry, he's the only one finding frags in this round. It's going to be an ace for Fry. And we've seen one kill, but there we go. They get it anyway. Fried him up.
Hey, he did fry them up. He did fry them up. 6-11 as we go into round number 18. Wind and Rain are bringing this one back slowly. It will be the Eco coming up from Radix, of course. $2,000 across the board. They went for the full force buy, which means Boda Master will not be having the open to the first buy round, which may be quite the issue. But let's see. 5 players coming in towards middle here. It's just going to be Dancy's and Link to hold the hold the line, mate. We'll call it that.
Ooh, Dancy's to stop the push as they just charge through, trying to get all the kills that he can. Link and Fry for the final 2 as well as they'll come back in. 19 seconds. That was a quick one as they just sprinted their way through it. Absolutely brutal towards mid there. Radix, though, they reinvest now. They pump the economy back in. They've ordered up 5 AKs with no logo on the foam, and they're ready for it.
11-7. Still the 4-round advantage, though, for Radix going forward on their T side. Now it all comes down to this, really. I want to see some... I was going to say default, some slow play, but instead they're up at the ante. Going for the fast play towards the B-bomb side. Jack flashbangs come in and they connect as well. Molotov towards Speedway will do some damage, but Fry the FAMAS chimes in and so does Astro.
Yeah, the B-Bonanza burst coming through as they just sprint to try and cross the airburst HE as well, tagging everyone up. Litter in the battlefield with shrapnel, and Fry comes in for the surprise ferocity from behind, peeks out, gets the initial tag. Cray also going to try and take over and hit him with the right hook as he pushes up close and personal with the UMP, ready to spam away. Cause some shenanigans. It's only Hype last alive. Goes down to Dancy's actually as he peeks round. And Wind and Rain only take 1 casualty in that one.
8-11. I imagine the thought process there from Radix is, you know, we're expecting to have the FAMASs, the MP9s, the weaker weaponry. We can come in fast towards the B-bomb site. My God, the utility was there. The Molotov from Fry, the FAMAS as well, he had there to connect the damage. Astro, the great position, waiting with the passive angle as they charge through. Radix trying to go for the fast play. I don't think it's going to work versus Wind and Rain. We know they have the skill to back it up. You know, Fry won, touted as, you know, not even long ago, Jack, the most skilled player in the UK potentially up there, easily. Dance is opening towards the A side as well, usually playing towards Statue or towards the B side. There might be an altercation or a change I haven't seen, so far that'll be interesting to see how that one actually plays out in the latter portions of this second half. But the money's good now for Wind and Rain, claiming 4 in a row, make it 5 as well now as you look at the buyer that Radix have, plus the entry as well from Dancy. So, you know, if they go on the 5-round, what on earth is this?
Dancy's is trying to achieve something as he gets pushed there. They swarmed against him once they realized his location. Deitcher's given himself a free AWP as well as he scoops it up off the ground, slurps that one into his inventory. Jack as well on the face round with the C's able to try and get sent cheeky, but Fry's just going to shut him down with a nice little juicy tap to the cranium there.
Oh, they have an AWP to work with. Dancy's definitely overextended there towards A long, so there is something to use into this one. Obviously, going to be handed over to Deitcher. Probably going to go for the concept play towards B long, hope for the peak, but you can see Astro here playing in towards Chicken Coop. He isn't overfacing. Isn't going to be giving away that first frag. Fry with the off angle as well towards Speedway. You can see Jiggle peeking towards the angle. It's going to be hard here for the AWP to actually find and net themselves the first frag, but they might actually be saving it, Jack.
Possibly. I mean, there's only 10 seconds, and he can go for the bomb plant, so Hype can afford to try going a bit of a suicide squad run. But in reality, his teammate in Deitcher needs to save. You can't afford to lose that AWP. So that's what they do. They don't get the bomb down either, though, so still the cash will be in a bit of a rickety situation in terms of its growth, but they can buy out anyway because they've got to the point where an investment is allowed. So the AK buy comes back through. Wind and Rain still rocking what they had, obviously, from the prior round. As if Wind and Rain can now get it to at least 10 to 11, it's going to be a pretty good scoreline. The knock-on effect is there. They're bringing it back, and this CT side does seem a little bit more stable, but these buy rounds are going to be the true test of time.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, a stark contrast to what we saw in the last buy-on from Radix. Obviously, they know now that you cannot just push over Wind and Rain. Going from one of the default starters here, sending 3 players towards A as well, which is something different. Obviously, Wind and Rain on their defaults on their T side, it was 2 towards platform, Cray, Fry, Astro holding towards drop, obviously. And then you had Dancers and Link making their way in towards the A site. You know, the normal default we see, 2 players towards it long, they smoke the end of it, they flash over, they take map control. Oh, that's a slow peek. Someone! It feels like Bodo Master did that on purpose. Did you see what he did? Jumps across. Yeah, don't worry, there's no AWP there, mate. Don't worry, just peek it. Peeks into the AWP, dies, and he runs back and scrubs the AWP and says, this is mine.
Just baited him into it.
This is mine now.
Yeah, face.
Yeah, there's no one there, mate. Trust me.
I've died. Yeah. My up now.
Because surely someone has to be calling out whether there's an upholding or not. But we'll move Sophion off of that point. But 5 versus 4, Wind and Ray with the advantage here, and Radix looking quite worse for wear.
Jack, he's got himself in towards drop down, but he has left himself in a bit of a pickle. He's still actually got to get out and assault this A site and help his teammates to the B site rather as the Molotov goes down to try and stop them to push through. As they don't have much time either, 26 seconds. It needs to be a snap decision making here as they push round. Astro just playing on the cheeky angle close by the plant pot to give him a little bit of cover. Finds the initial frag. The spray from Cray as well is nice as he actually does tag him up, traces him all the way along towards the site. Astro in the face, bludgeons Capers. Hype is down. It's only Bowden. He's got the AWP. He can be very effective with it. Well, yeah, given the opportunity, peeks out. But Dances was there, tackles him as he fires back through with his own rifle.
Oh, I failed the jump, Jack.
That's going to be a morale kicker.
Yeah. Gosh, don't see Wind and Rain winning this one after that.
After messing the jump up.
Yeah, anyway, 10 to 11 here, Radix. How many rounds they lost in a row now? 6, I believe? Yeah, oh, look at that. Thank you, Observer. 6 rounds lost in a row. So we go into round number 22. Radix seems like they run out of steam, but this will be their 3rd buy of the half. Obviously, the last one, Bodo Master basically leaving Dyche out to dry. Flashbang towards it. Long Link with the confidence as well. Finds the first frag and the star player taken out of the equation. Hype, the only player that was really performing for Radix, taken out of the equation. So 5 versus 3. Jack goes for the refrag, potentially towards drop, gets taken down by Fry. There is a reply there eventually. You know, coming through the middle smoke will be Dyche. Finds Dances. Link as well towards it. We'll find one more to Bodo Master. So 1 by 1, Radix peek into their demise.
Gets the Molotov out as well there as he'll lob that down to try and stop the push. The final 2 remaining members on the side of Radix will group up, relink, and go over towards this B site. If they actually do opt to take this fight all the way out, though, rather than taking drop-down control, Cray is there, just going to be hiding, lying in wait on the angle. They've got utility to work with, so if they do actually want to fight for drop-down, they can. You've got the smoke, you've got the flash to block off the angle. They're just going to contact face it. Dyche with the confidence as he just goes straight through. Pop flash over out window as they get themselves down. Actually attempt to assault this B.
Both players coming in through drop though. Fry with the first. Cape is now the 1 versus 4. Don't know exactly where he is. The flank coming in as well towards B platform from Cray. Cape is, if he wins this duel versus Cray, there is a chance, but doesn't anticipate the flank already. Ooh, actually could maybe get the bomb down. Extra cash to work with. Actually, if the bomb is planted, it should be the buy coming out from Radix. And whoa, with just a second to spare, the bomb will go down through the smoke. So it should go, well, it's going to go 11 to 11, obviously, but because the bomb plant, extra $800 across the board now for Radix, they should be able to buy up into this one. But then again, you could argue to save. The reason being was obviously get the AWPs, get the better utility, because these rounds, they're just walking to the demise, 1 by 1. There's no utility usage, there's no team play, there's no trading. It's rather awful, Jack, to be honest.
It's not fantastic, Snods. It's not really what you want. Dances on the AWP there for that CT side, as they will actually go for the contact face towards mid, but in reality, Radix is just going back towards B. They're taking that slower style of approach once more, though, as they split themselves up. Probably just going to be a late split and pick in towards B. Astro, let's see if he can hold this back. He'll be the frontline infantry, the first contact, as they flashbang face and go straight through. Fry gets the initial kill, though, takes down Jack Cray, lying away on the site. Astro as well, assaulting them with the AK, as he's able to slice down Hype. But it all falls on Cray now, ready to be the decision maker. Finds the headshot on Dyche, that's the bomb down, so he gets the read as well. Extends over, gets himself the second kill as he nets that one back on Capers. Radix, 11 rounds, Wind and Rain now 12. As they soar ahead after being able to get 8 rounds back-to-back here on their CT side. Their CT half been very dominant.
Yeah, and these rounds, they haven't even been close as well. I mean, think about the first buy round. Radix basically just ran into the blender towards the B-bomb side. Towards A as well, just walking through smokes, dying 1 by 1. Coming in towards drop. Nothing's been working for them as they are onto the Quads you buy, Kevlar, upgraded pistols across the board, but apart from that, they go 1-for-1. Dycha as well connects the headshot towards the top of Matrix as well onto Dances. 4 versus 3. A real chance to this one, and maybe the only round we've seen so far where actually Radix have the advantage into this round. As they are grouping back towards the B-bomb site, which Wind and Rain have left barren. No one there at all. So they need information here somewhere, Jack. Peek towards middle, a push towards somewhere. Oh, the timing.
Ooh, Bowden with a deagle spots him out, but Crane's actually gifted the frag. As even though he's mid-air, he's able to control his accuracy and get that shot off. Capers as well rotates round, but he's tagged up. Not left in a healthy position in terms of his actual HP bar there, as he just holds grouped up with the rest of his unit, ready to just try and attack and assault this defense, but they walk into the crosshair of Astro. He gets 2, gifted another one, as he now tries to flick onto the third, but Jack knows to rotate, knows he cannot fight. It's not worth the risk. He's got 48 seconds, though, to try and stay alive, and he's just there with Kevlar and an AWP in his hands.
1 versus 3. Bomb down towards platform, has to try retrieve that one, get the bomb planted, 35 seconds left. Not a chance, but let's see. Does Wind and Rain overextend to do the overface and give him opportunity into this round? As we sit patiently, I mean, if you're Jack right now, you may as well just save the AWP into the next one. You've now lost 9 rounds in a row. On your T side, the side which they looked actually fairly good as well. Why is it, Jack, that none of these UK teams can close out games? If we see a 16 to, if we see like a 12 to 7 scoreline, we know that's going to be a 16-13. If we see a 12 to 5 scoreline, we know it's going to be a 16-14. It's crazy that these teams are just so bad at closing out games.
Yeah, it always seems like whatever team actually gets the good lead, they're the team that are going to either barely close it out just before overtime, or the ones to lose out in a reset, which is weird. It's once again tends to be... Normally, it was teams that couldn't play CT side. That's what we saw throughout both seasons of Elite Series, when no one on the UK scene could actually play that CT side. Now, seeming like the T side on Koppel is when the issues are actually aligning for either of these teams. But the push comes through in towards B once more. Bowden will lead the charge, but he's just double HE'd out the server as they blast him into nothing.
5 versus 4 then. Cray with the first frag already towards the B side. Goes for the second. Could even line up the third as well as the bomb is there in the hands of Capers. But he's just going to leave the bomb alone, Jack. This is getting so desperate from Radix. Already 2 players down. The Molotov going to be extinguished. This is so strange to watch right now. Capers going to be fleeing away from Cray as he comes through the smoke. The flashbang's there. Lights up the third frag with the headshot. 5 versus 3. It seems like Karma's come right back around in full circle as Dycha's finally the one that gets shot through a smoke. Cray, the little pixel angle, spots the leg. And Hype is taken advantage of. 14 to 11.
1 round away from match point now for Wind and Rain, which means they're actually pretty close to finally shutting it down. And it seems like they've got over the hurdle, because obviously this has just been back-to-back. These are constant rounds. They have not lost a single round on their CT half yet. So it looks like they want to just shut it down with a flawless second half to be the real cherry on top.
Is that what you put on your Sundays, cherry?
You always have a cherry, mate. On anything sweet, normally. You know, cakes.
For the sour, like, counter taste, maybe? Maybe. Well, let's see, a sour start to this round already as Wind and Rain have their play Cray tagged up, but Fright chimes in, finds the frag. Hype with the deagle, continuing that form we had in the first half, but Link through the smoke annihilates Dycha again. It's Karma that's dished here, as it's all down to Hype. How many frags is Hype on now? It must be quite, what, 25? 24. Wow, he had 22 frags in the first half. And so far, after losing 11 in a row, Hype has only been able to find 2 kills, and one of them in the last round.
Dycha's been farming bomb plants, hasn't he?
How many has he got? Let's see, what's his score at?
11.
11.
Got 11.
Gosh. Wow, well. What do we even say about this, Jack? 11 to 4 first half scoreline for Radix.
Yep.
And now we see a 15 to 11. Where has the last 11 rounds gone?
All CT side to Wind and Rain.
Yeah?
Which means Radix... I don't know.
There's not... Have you seen a 1 versus 1, a 1 versus 2? It's all been 1 versus 4s, 1 versus 3s. These rounds haven't been close here. Wind and Rain looks like they will go 4 to 1 into this matchup, as already they found the first frag over the smoke as well. Astro trying to peer over that one. But not today. Fry goes 1 for 1 towards drop, and here's a 4 versus 3. Minute 20 left on the clock here, as this may be the final round of the second matchup of the night, especially now as Link chimes in towards the A site as well, towards middle. 4 versus 3. Bomb left towards drop. Full B plat control now for Cray and the boys over at Wind and Rain. Drop control in their favor. Mid, it's not really the most aggressive, stance they had, but the aggression was there. They found the frag. They have a 2-man lead. They can play passive, play the clock, and this should be 16-11.
Seems like it's nonsense. It's only Bowden and Jack that remain. They grab the bomb. They try and actually work out how they want to play this one, as they realize it's do or die now in this matchup for Radix at this point. Try and go down, drop down, mask the sound by firing his deagle is Bowden's idea. Grabs himself a scout. But it doesn't really work out. Gets pushed through. Jack as well, actually somehow being able to stay alive as this firefight comes round. Dancy's there with the AWP, just going to be holding the close angle, so if he does peek, he can find a free frag. There's 20 seconds, so it needs to be a decision soon, but it'll be the no-scope from Dancy's that seals the deal. And Wind and Rain pick up the victory here on Cobblestone, stopping Radix.
Yeah, quite the force as well on that CT side. 16-11. Radix, I mean,